Today in the battle arena, we got two trained killers going at it. These are two guys who can single-handedly wipe out whole armies. We've seen them wipe out whole armies, and now we get to see them go head-to-head. It's the Punisher going up against John Wick. So who's coming out on top here? Let's find out. What's up, guys? I'm Daniel. This is DanCo. Thank you so much for watching the channel. Make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe button, turn notifications, more videos like this one every day. Also, go follow us on TikTok, Instagram, all that. Link in the description down below, and sign off in the comments for any future videos that you love to see. Now let's get into the fight. So I was coming back from a double date with Drew and his wife a little while ago when my car broke down on the side of the road at 11 o'clock at night. Got a flat tire. And I didn't have my donut inflated at the time because I'm an idiot and don't prepare beforehand, so I had to call AAA. Then we had to wait like 3 hours for AAA to show up. And so in the meantime, I showed Drew John Wick because he had never seen it before, which I know. Anyways, that experience made me realize two things. One, AAA sucks sometimes. They leave you stranded for 3 hours on the side of the interstate at 11 o'clock at night. And two, I really want to do another video with John Wick in it. And so here we are, John Wick versus Punisher. All right, so just who is John Wick, you might be asking. I hope you're not asking that, but if you're like Drew, you might be asking. In short, he's the ultimate hitman. He's more a legend than man at this point. He's the Baba Yaga. He's so good that you can throw pretty much the whole underground assassin world at him and he'll still make it out alive. Yeah, he's that good in a fight. John's not really known for his strength or anything, but he is an expert grappler and wrestler. So he's really good at using an opponent's strength against them. Also definitely no stranger to fighting against bigger, stronger guys. He's even squared off against literal giants and then beat them to death with a book. With a book! First a pencil, then a book. Don't let John Wick come at you with an everyday household item. But while John might not be remarkably strong, he is surprisingly tough. The guy's almost like a sponge, just soaking up all this damage. His suit is actually bulletproof, meaning he's able to take all sorts of shots and keep on going. He's taken some pretty big falls and tumbles before. Punches and kicks don't seem to have any effect on the man. He just picks himself up and keeps on going and going and going and going. John Wick's like the Energizer Bunny. And then don't even try and run John over with a car. Seriously, don't even bother. It's never going to work. He's been in more car crashes than I can count. I can't count very high, but he's always walking out of it just fine. He's even been thrown off buildings before and lived to tell about it. Sure, he was banged up a bit, but look at that. He shouldn't even be alive. Are we sure that John is even human at this point? To top it all off, John isn't just borderline superhuman, but he's also one of the absolute best fighters I've ever seen in my life. He's more a grappler than anything else, but at the same time he'll work in stuff like judo, Krav Maga, and jiu-jitsu to take down pretty much everyone he's come across. Seriously, it feels like almost every single assassin, every single gun, every single henchman out there has taken their shot at John over the course of these 3 movies. They've all failed. He's still the guy standing. His go-to move is just to flip people around and get them on the ground, then proceed to shoot them in the head. Which, yeah, that would definitely work. And if John doesn't have a gun handy, well, like we've already said, he can kill a guy with pretty much anything else, so not really that big of a deal. Plus, who are we kidding? John always has guns handy, so what are we even talking about here?
Or do you want to just give me a gun?
He's insanely accurate. It's just constantly hitting headshots like it's nothing. He can take out guys in an instant. If John Wick is coming out with a gun, I hate to say it, you're already dead. I'll say something nice at your funeral, I'll clear your browser history, I'll do all that for you, but there's nothing I can do to stop him from killing you. You're gone. Not even bulletproof armor can keep you safe. Seriously, these guys are trained fighters, wearing the best armor that money can buy. Top grade stuff. Legitimately bulletproof stuff. and John still just plowed through them with guns. The man is the best there is. But then again, he's never run across Francis Castiglione, otherwise known as Frank Castle, the Punisher. Frank Castle was a Marine, part of an elite Black Ops team called the Cerberus Squad. But it's really when he left the forces that the real war began. Because after his family was brutally gunned down, the Punisher was born. And Frank essentially became a one-man army, hell-bent on wiping out all crime from New York City by any means possible. So John Wick, he's pretty strong, right? But Frank, well, Punisher is on a whole other level. He's able to snap a man's neck like it's nothing, ragdoll guys around, overpower big ol' boys, overpower Daredevil himself. It literally takes 3 grown men just to hold him back and stop him from beating another man to death with his bare hands. And again, John's real tough. He's taken plenty of car crashes. But Punisher? Well, Frank's not just taking beatings from Daredevil, from Kingpin, from big old Russian bodybuilders, or from John Pilgrim. No, that's not all. All that's just scratching the surface. He's still fighting after being shot with tasers and tranks. He's been tortured pretty bad by the Irish mob. Went on to beat all of them up. He just had the hell beat out of him by Agent Orange. Looked like he got hit by a Mack truck. Frank still killed the guy. He was beat nearly to death by all of Russo's men. Frank still went on to slaughter all of them single-handedly. Yeah, both of these guys are just gluttons for punishment. They can get the absolute piss beat out of them, not even be phased, and still kill the guy who just kicked the piss out of them. I don't know what more you want me to say. They're insane. And to top it off, Frank is probably just as good as a fighter as John Wick is. I mean, he makes your average thug, your average cop, your average special ops soldier, he makes them all look like children. He's able to fight against multiple assassins at once, clear whole rooms of guys, do it either while he's barehanded or with weapons. Then, probably most importantly, the thing that really stands out from the rest, Punisher has beaten Daredevil in fistfights. And Matt's one of the most skilled guys in the whole MCU. Punisher also just fights in a way that John might not be prepared for. He fights like a man possessed. A lot of the high-trained fighters that Wick has gone up against so far, they're really skilled and really rely on that skill. Not that that's a bad thing or something to rely on skill, but the thing with Frank, well, he's just as skilled. Clearly, we've seen him beat Daredevil, but he can also couple that skill with this almost primal rage and aggression and power. And that's just a combo that John might not want to face off against. Of course, counterpoint, when Frank slips into that primal rage, he might get a little bit sloppy, leave himself open, and let John take advantage of those opportunities. And then there's guns, because of course there's guns. And Punisher is kinda crazy. He's accurate enough to hit Daredevil's mask in just the right place, where it knocks Matt out, but doesn't quite kill him. Then he's able to just casually snipe guys from across town. He can shoot a guy in Mexico without ever even leaving the United States. How crazy is that? He can shoot down 6, 7 bounty hunters in like 2 seconds. Then there's just the times where he's gone up against Agent Orange's men and Billy Russo's men and John Pilgrim's men and all these guys. These aren't just elite death squads, but they're elite death squads consisting of elite former Spec Ops soldiers. Not just any old ordinary gang or something. And Punisher just makes it look almost easy how he's able to take them out. So end of the day, who's coming out on top here? Well, I guess it depends. Did John Wick kill Punisher's family? Did Punisher kill John Wick's dog? These guys operate really well when they're working from revenge. But outside of that, no, at the end of the day here, I still think John Wick is better with a gun in his hand. I do. Punisher is definitely getting close to John's level. In fact, he's probably the best gunman in the MCU. But I don't think he's quite on Wick's level yet. Close, but not quite there. And then in a fist fight, well, I think Punisher might just have a little bit too much of that reckless brawler in him. Slip into an angry rage, leave himself open to a more skilled fighter, that sort of thing. Now, don't get me wrong, Frank is skilled enough to get away with it against almost anyone he goes up against. He even got away with that brawler mentality against Daredevil, because Matt wasn't going to kill him. But I don't think Wick is going to let Punisher get away with it. End of the day, Punisher has definitely become the boogeyman for the criminals over in the MCU. But John Wick?
Well, John wasn't exactly the boogeyman. He was the one you sent to kill the fucking boogeyman.
John Wick wins. But what do y'all think? Sound off in the comments down below. Who do you think wins this fight, John Wick or the Punisher? How excited are you for John Wick 4? How excited are you that Frank Castle might come back in the MCU? I mean, Kevin Feige just said Charlie Cox is playing Daredevil again. Frank Castle might come back. You never know. I'm super pumped for that to happen. Maybe. Anyway, sign off in the comments down below. Also, be sure to hit that like button, the subscribe button, turn notifications from the FanCo Army, and I'll see y'all next time.